So these right here are what I would consider pretty essential travel accessories that almost nobody ever talks about. Let's get right into it. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Desmond. I make content about tech and travel gear. And if you've seen any essential tech travel gear videos lately, these are products that don't often show up. And I'm one of the creators that's pretty guilty of that. But these are flashlights. I want to actually talk about why these are so critical to travelers. And I said almost nobody talks about these in the travel tech space, but I actually got a recommendation for these products from a channel called Maurice Moves. And like I said, if you scroll and look at any of the essential travel tech videos on YouTube, you're not going to find flashlights on the list. Where you will find products just like this are probably your EDC channels. I also scan those all the time. So what do I have in my hands? These are two flashlights from a company called Nitecore. This is not sponsored. I bought these with my own money after watching a review online. And I want to talk about why these are actually really important for you if you're looking for essential travel tech. And yes, I know a lot of you are probably saying, well, I've got a flashlight on my phone, but there are a few reasons why I think these flashlights are better than your standard phone flashlight, especially the ones from Nitecore. So let's start with this tiny one over here. This is called the Nitecore TIP2. I'm gonna go ahead and just turn it on. It's a nice little long press, and we've got just some really nice light here. The reason why I actually really like this is set at 1 lumens right now. And for those of you that have ever sat in a dark airline cabin, if you've been in a restaurant at night, when you're trying to look for something, yes, we have the ability to set the brightness on our phones, but something like this is great for searching through your bag or just through a dark airplane cabin. And the nice thing about a flashlight this small is I can actually cycle through the different strengths. So depending on my use case, we've got 1 lumens, I think this is 15, 20, and then if I blast it, it's like 200 lumens here. So it's actually really nice and easy to use. And for those of you that travel a lot, the reason why I like this over, say, your iPhone flashlight, and I can go ahead and clip this to my hat so I can do things hands-free. Again, when you're traveling, when you're in a new space and you need to do something in the dark, this is actually a great piece of gear to have with you. The other reason why I like this particular Nitecore, the TIP2, is because it's so tiny. I can carry it in my travel fanny pack. I'm not ashamed to say I love a good fanny pack, but it's super tiny, it's super thin. I carry this in here along with my travel documents, my phone, important credit cards, anything that I need to keep on my body all the time. And now that includes this tiny, ultra useful flashlight. And then there's the bigger one where, again, I also think this is a travel tech essential. This is the T4K, also from Nitecore. It has a large clip. You could do the same thing with your hat, clip it into your pocket, but you have these really powerful 4 LEDs. There's a locking function here so you don't accidentally turn it on in your bag or in your pocket and kind of burn a hole due to the heat. But we have this set at 1 lumens. It's kind of my standard. So if I need to pull out my flashlight really quick to find something in the dark without blinding everyone around me, I keep it at 1 lumens. I can do a quick press here, and now we've got it at 15 lumens. One big difference between this and that TIP2 is I actually have the amount of time left on this flashlight. So at 15 lumens, I have 21 hours of power on this flashlight, and that's incredible. So for those of you that travel into remote areas, or you're in a situation where maybe the power is out and you need light, your iPhone maybe something you use for communications, you want to reserve the battery on this. You don't want to use the flashlight and, kill your battery. This thing is fantastic. Look how tiny it is. So at 15 lumens, I get 21 hours. At 65 lumens, I get 6 hours and 55 minutes. And at 200 lumens, I have 2 hours and 45 minutes of runtime. And just like the other flashlight, if I press and hold, I get 4,000 lumens of brightness. Not something you need to use very often, but there is a practical use case to that. And again, something Maurice Moves taught me. So let's change it back to 1 lumen. I have 61 hours of power at 1 lumen. So if there's ever a survival situation, or you're traveling and you're lost and you need light in the dark, you have 61 hours of light. That's not something your iPhone can give you, especially if you want to use this as your main tool for communication and contacting emergency services. So let's go ahead and talk about this 4,000 lumens. One of the things that Maurice Moves brought up in his video is when you're traveling, especially in other countries, you do not want to get into physical alterations. You don't want to get into fights. You just don't know the local laws. A flashlight is one of the most common and effective ways to deter people. So having the ability to flash 4,000 lumens into somebody's eyes in case of emergency, that's going to be really helpful versus trying to fight yourself out of a situation in a foreign country. You may end up in a prison cell somewhere that's pretty gross. But now that I've kind of had these in my hands, I actually think these are going to be essential tech pieces that I bring with me on every single trip. This will likely go into my backpack, and this will always go into my little travel fanny pack. But anyways, if you're someone like me who also watches a lot of EDC videos, this shouldn't be a surprise to you. I just never see this mentioned in anyone's essential like tech travel gear other than Maurice Moves. So I wanted to just share that with you. If you like this video, hit the like button, subscribe for more videos just like this. I will catch y'all in the next one.